Howdy, my film buffs. Welcome to episode 13 of How I See It. And today I'm doing my first ever red band review of a movie. What does red band mean? Well, most film buffs know what red band means, but basically, if you have a red band trailer, it means you can show it to a restricted audience or a rated R audience. So this review will also be approved for R-rated audiences, since the movie was rated R. Before I get into my review, let me first say that, again, I'm at Team Sound Studios, my home away from home. Thanks a lot to them. Thanks to everyone who's been watching the videos so far. I've had a few comments, I've had some likes. My subscriber list is slowly but surely picking up. So with each new video, hopefully we get some more people on board. Anyway, what are we reviewing today? Cold Pursuit. So this movie stars Liam Neeson, and as you would expect, Liam Neeson is a badass in the movie. He doesn't really start out a badass. He's a snowplower. He's in a suburb of Denver. He spends his days driving a snowplow, keeping the road safe and whatnot. He has a family, wife and a son. Before I forget, I'm going to be giving spoilers, as I always do, but just wanted to let you know in case you didn't see any of my other videos and you somehow didn't read the description. The movie starts out with his son. He gets kidnapped, injected with some drugs, left on the side of the road, and he's found dead. So everyone thinks it's a drug overdose, but of course, Liam Neeson's character is suspicious. He actually went to his garage with a shotgun and was going to kill himself. And that's when somebody was hiding in there, and he confessed that he was part of what happened to his son. And he starts talking and saying, this is who you should talk to. That's how the movie starts. It starts out like a revenge plot. His son is killed, and he's out to get anyone and everyone that was involved in it, that ordered it, that actually committed the murder itself, and anyone that's part of the organization. My first problem with the movie is it didn't really know what it wanted to be. It started out as a revenge movie, and Liam Neeson finds more people that were involved in the murder, and in typical Liam Neeson movie fashion, at least Liam Neeson movies from Taken on, he somehow, a 60-something-year-old guy, takes on all these young gang members and kills them. Like, his first real kill was not the guy in the garage. I mean, he killed him, but his first real kill was the guy that actually killed his son. Each character that dies gives him a little bit more information as to what led up to him dying and why he died. And it turns out that he was involved with some people he didn't know everything that was going on, but he was in the wrong crowd. He kept saying, he's not a druggie, even though they found drugs in his system, and turned out he was right. Another thing the movie did was every time somebody died, and it took me a few times for me to figure out exactly what they were doing, they were showing the character's name and their nickname, and every character had a nickname, which was kind of funny. And he's saying, like, that person passed. And it got to the point where the movie started to become like a violent, dark comedy. And I think that they probably wanted it to be like a Tarantino movie. Because Tarantino movies always have a lot of violence. They're always really funny, and they have a lot of dialogue. I think they should have probably just kept it contained within a revenge movie. And I understand why they probably didn't want to just keep it that way, because there have been enough Liam Neeson movies about him going after bad people after they did something bad to someone in his family and stuff like that. But the shift in tones didn't really feel cohesive to me. Like, there was this one scene. He was killing a guy by his snowplow. The guy that he was about to kill says to him, "You're just a tired old man, aren't you?" And Liam Neeson laughs and says, yeah, and then he laughs, and then they have a laugh, and then he puts a shotgun to his head and kills him. I think that the movie could have benefited from following a certain path. And it seems like the people involved in the movie went down one path and they said, oh, let's also go down here, and let's go down there, and let's go this way as well. It all ended up to an ending that didn't really feel like it wrapped everything up. And I'll get to that in a minute. Another thing that made it feel more of a dark comedy than an action movie or a revenge movie is that when Liam Neeson's character was killing the gang members, it triggered a turf war between the mobsters in the area controlling the drugs and the Native Americans that were in the area, because apparently they're gang members too. So, by mistake, the main bad guy thought that it was one of the Native Americans that killed one of his guys, so he kills one of their people, and it goes back and forth. He catches up with Liam Neeson's character's brother, and because he thinks that he's the one that is killing everyone. And the brother plays it off like he is because he wants to protect his brother, and also because he has cancer and he's ready to die, and he doesn't have a very good marriage, so he kills him, and then he finds out, oh, he has a brother, so he goes after Liam Neeson, and that's when this whole big gang war happens outside his garage where his business is. People are shooting at each other, and then finally, there's only 2 people left. Actually, 3 people. There's the mob boss's son, which he kind of has been looking after, and the mob boss's son is grown attached to him, like, I wish you could be my dad. And it's typical of Liam Neeson's characters, because Liam Neeson is a family man. He probably wants that interjected into his roles, and I get that. There's that kid, there's a Native American boss, and then there's Liam Neeson's character. After all the smoke clears and all the gang members are dead, besides the 2 of them, there's this really awkward moment where the Native American is holding Liam Neeson hostage in his own snowplow. Liam Neeson goes up to this blockage in the road, and he has to get out because he has to open the road, and the American boss is going, what are you doing? He's like, my job. I guess he sees that he's just a hardworking guy, and he has no interest in falling into the life of a mobster or challenging him or anything like that, so he puts the gun away. And then the movie kind of adds on a weird note. See, one of the Native Americans decides to go like base jumping or something, has a parachute, and he flies around in the sky. And at the end of the movie, you see him crash in front of the snowplow. And the snowplow crushes him, and he goes through the machinery that cuts up the snow, and then you see the parachute being blown to bits, and obviously the guy's dead, and you see his character has his own tribute, this character, his nickname or whatever. And it was kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, okay, let's put it this way. The movie was decent, and it was nice for a change to see Liam Neeson be more human as a character, because I kind of missed that about him, and it seems like ever since Taken, almost every role he's been in, he's just like a badass guy that you don't want to fuck with, and this was a nice little break from that, although he does inexplicably do all this damage to all these different gang members and kill all these people, and somehow he knows to bring them to a gorge, throw them down the waterfall, and wrap them up in chicken wire. And he said he rented a crime novel. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'll take it for what it is, but it was kind of fucking stupid to me. But at the same time, I thought it was okay. At least he wasn't like this really skilled martial artist and he could kill you with his thumb. I just thought the movie was a bit of a mess. I enjoyed it. I probably wouldn't watch it again. I would say definitely I'm not going to get the Blu-ray or whatever, the 4K when it comes out. But am I glad I saw it? Sure. It was an entertaining 2-something hours that the movie was. And it's better than some of the other movies that he's put out ever since Taken, but I wouldn't put it above some of his earlier roles. I'm not saying that this is a good movie, but his role in Star Wars The Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon Jinn was quintessentially what I picture Liam Neeson to be. Peace-loving, calm, very zen, just kind of, really chill. In this movie, he gets back to being the angry guy, the guy out for revenge, and although he is a bit calmer, it's kind of hard to understand how he could be so formidable against people that clearly outmatch him and outwit him. He just seems to be like a really lucky guy. But I guess you kind of expect to see that in Liam Neeson's character, because if it was any other regular dad that his son was killed and there's all these mobsters, like, he would be killed within the first half hour. But because it's Liam Neeson and he was in Taken and a bunch of other movies where he has a special set of skills, he fucks everyone up. But in any case, I could go on, but I think I'll stop it there because I liked the movie. I didn't love the movie. I didn't think it was very good. I thought it was decent. So my score, I would give it a C. And that's still a decent score. A B movie is good. An A movie is very good. I think C is decent territory. And decent has a C in it, right? Fuzzy logic, I know, but that's how I see it. Stay tuned because there will be another episode coming shortly. Take care.